Community High School, Jesse Hossman. And going for his fourth consecutive state title from Evansville, Modern Day, Blake Maurer. One, two, three, four titles. How about it, folks? 9-5, your final at 171. And your champion for the fourth consecutive year, Blake Maurer. Evansville, Modern Day.
Well, it's awesome to watch history, you know, and I didn't get to watch till his senior year. I was coaching at another school, and you know, at that point in time, he was a senior. He was pretty dominant.
Well, I think his that inner drive and determination, strong family background, and the commitment to wrestling. He just had all that you needed to have to be successful at the level, and, you know, going on to wrestle at Ohio State. He just had it all. He was one of our best ever to come out of this, or he was the best ever, record-wise, to come out of this program.
He was goal-oriented. He had a burning desire to be the best at whatever he did, and that was in the classroom, it was on the mat, it was on the football field. But he had a burning desire, I would say, a fire in his belly to do it right, do the best.
I believe what made Blake different was his tenacity. He was always moving on his feet. He always had a mat presence about him before and after the match. He was never out of a match. He wrestled by the out-of-bounds lines as well as in the middle of the match. He just never took a second off, it seemed like. He didn't really come out of position, and he was always on the attack.
Every year in February at Bankers Life Fieldhouse in Indianapolis, Indiana, 224 high school wrestlers come together for the state championships. Each year there are 28 high schoolers who will wrestle for a state championship. Only 14 will come out with one. In Indiana wrestling history, only 26 people have won 3 state championships in their 4 years of school. Only 8 have done it in all 4. Only one of those 8 has come from Evansville, Indiana. Blake Maurer, a lifelong wrestler from Evansville, Modern Day, was the 6th to do this.
It's cool. It was a goal that I set a long time ago. I think I was 7th grade, and yeah, it's just something I worked for a really long time. I was just very fortunate to accomplish my goal.
Maurer started his career with an undefeated freshman season. In his freshman season alone, he was 42-0. His sophomore season, he finished with a 43-1 record, losing only to a wrestler from Bloomington South, Matt Cooper.
You know, we wrestled early in the season. I was up a weight class. I was wrestling 152 at the time when he beat me. And I was a 145-pounder. And then for team semi-state, Coach Gable allowed me to bump back up to 152 during the duel. And yeah, I just wanted to get another shot at him, and I was fortunate enough to come out with another close win.
Well, I mean, as a freshman, he came out and won state, and he won it the tough way. He had one-point matches, overtime matches, and to come out undefeated. But we came fresh from football season to playoffs, and really Blake didn't have much time to get in shape. He knew Cooper's. He was very highly rated in the state of Indiana. He made it to the state finals before, and Blake wrestled up a weight class. It was the first weekend of the year, and Blake took it just like you'd expect a champion to take it. He set his mark that he was going to avenge it if ever opportunity arose, but mainly he was just going to learn from it and get better, and he did that. He went on to win state. He did get to wrestle. We bumped him at the team semi-state, and we wrestled Bloomington South, and Cooper was at 152, and Blake bumped up from 45 to 52, and Blake did defeat Cooper then when he got in condition. So it was good and learning experience. It didn't hurt him a bit.
Maurer was an all-around threat on the mat. He brought together the aspects of speed, technique, and physicality all into one style of wrestling. He went through high school with a final record of 187 wins and 2 losses. Maurer set many records at Mater Dei that showed his dominance on the mat as well. His senior year, he had 248 takedowns all season and did not get taken down once. He also got the Most Valuable Wrestler and Mental Attitude Award his senior year. Another Mater Dei record he set was most career team points with 1,157.
He had the entire package. He was fast, he was quick. If you make one little mistake or a step in the wrong direction, you paid a price when you're on the mat with Blake.
He never stopped moving. He had a great practice room. He had a great, I know his dad was probably motivating to him. He has great coaches.
Yeah, and I mean, like all my teammates that were state champs and state placers, grew up with them, and we all grew up being fans of Mater Dei wrestling. And at that time, in the late 90s, you know, Mater Dei was winning state championships, and so we just kind of felt like that's what we had to do also. So yeah, everybody had the same attitude in the room. Everybody wanted to win. Everybody wanted to be number one.
Maurer is not only dominant in the state, but in the nation as well. Throughout his life, he was a 5-time national champion and ranked first in the nation at his weight at the end of his senior year. He was a 3-time Fargo All-American and received 3rd at senior nationals. Maurer also wrestled in the most prestigious high school dual meet in the nation his senior year, called the Dapper Dan. He was ranked 6th in the nation going into this match and wrestled a 3-time Pennsylvania state champion who was ranked 1st in the nation at the time. Maurer went into double overtime and won 8-6 to become the #1 wrestler in the nation at the 171-pound class.
It was good. You know, that was a goal I set out as a senior. I wanted to be ranked #1 in the country at the end of the year. I was ranked, I think, 6th in the country going in. And then I got invited to this tournament called the Dapper Dan Classic, and I was wrestling a 3-time state champ from Pennsylvania who was ranked #1 in the country at the time. So when I defeated him, that boosted me up to #1 in the country. So that was just a goal I set at the beginning of the year. I wanted to win my 4th title, and I wanted to be ranked #1 in the country. So I was just fortunate enough to accomplish those things.
And in fact, his junior and senior year in particular, we were kind of short-handed coaching, and I just a lot of times turned it over to Blake and Matt Coughlin. They went many years to Jim Jordan's camp in Ohio, or Jeff Jordan's camp in Ohio, and Blake got to the point when he went there that Jordan said, "I can't teach you anymore. You're going to help me teach and instruct." And he did the same thing here. I would have them demonstrate moves, and he helped the younger wrestlers. But when it's time to push them, he pushed.
Some of the best wrestlers aren't successful at a young age, and I think he had to work a little bit harder early on, and then I think he got a taste of success.
Blake Maurer ranked #1 in the nation at the 171-pound class, and being a 4-time state champion, decided he would attend Ohio State University on a full-ride scholarship. Maurer was the first and only Mater Dei wrestler to ever receive a full ride to a Division I school. Still, no one else in the Southern Indiana Athletic Conference has done what Maurer has, nor has anyone received a full ride. His freshman year of college, he started off his season good until he faced a career-ending back injury. Maurer's lifelong dream of becoming a national champion came to an end.
Big shock to the system, more like disbelief, couldn't believe it. Yeah, it was pretty depressing. And yeah, wrestling was my life, and then all of a sudden, snap of the fingers, it was taken away. It wasn't like something that we thought could happen. It was just boom, one practice. A couple days later, I was done. So, yeah, it was a depressing time, especially going on to watch my teammates. You know, we got 2nd in the country twice, and I wasn't part of it. You know, I was like, man, you know, the what ifs, right? You know, it was depressing for a while, but now I'm coaching and really happy. So, you know, I enjoyed being an athlete. Didn't get to do everything I wanted, but can't regret anything. I got to accomplish so many cool things, and yeah, definitely don't regret anything. I'm not mad about it, not bitter about it. It's just part of life.